Thank you all for joining us this evening. Begin with the opening statement from Coach Colzie after tonight's 22-18 win over South Carolina State.
Well, you know, I'll go to halftime. We talked about finishing, talked about dominating the fourth quarter. We talked about winning the situations. Obviously, really good football team came in here, and they came in with the opinion of trying to win. And I thought to Coach Dismay, I thought he did a really good job getting ready for us. Did a really good job having their systems in place, and you know, they were pretty balanced the whole night. But you know, it seems like when we get down, that's when we start playing better. So, but tribute to our team, tribute to our coaching staff. You know, we're 2-0 in the MEAC, but hopefully we'll enjoy this win. Go through our corrections tomorrow and get ready for our next opponent.
Gerald?
Coach, like you said, it seemed like y'all play a little better when y'all get down. What are some maybe measures that y'all can take, preventable measures that y'all can take for y'all to say, all right, let's come out and jump on instead of having to rely on coming back?
Well, you know, I mean, we're on a drive, you know, getting ready to score, and you know, we have the misfortune of having a fumble. You know, that's the second week in a row where we've probably had a chance to put a team away or give us a better opportunity to put us in a better spot. So, you know, just, you know, you hate for those missed opportunities to happen, you know. But I think that I don't necessarily want to focus on the bad. You know, we knew we had an issue, we had a problem. You know, the team got together, did what they normally do, come back out and you know, played great football after that. Defensively did some good things. Offensively did some good things. Put the ball in the end zone, and as I mentioned, you know, we offense had the ball again late in the game, and they did their job of securing the victory.
Von Wilson.
Coach, the South Carolina State Bulldogs resorted to old-fashioned South Carolina State, what they're known for, what Buddy Pugh was known for, which is run the ball down us, and they did that. What adjustments did we make to stop that?
You know, we put some bigger guys in. You know, we got, you know, South Carolina State's got those big offensive linemen. You know, we have those athletic guys, so we went to a bigger front, and we just took care of our gaps. You know, they were doing some things unbalanced wise, and again, tribute to them. They went out there and stuck it to us a little bit, but last two drives that they went against us, we did a really good job of playing great defense, finishing plays, being great on third down. So again, that's a good football team. And I mentioned to him right on our handshake, I said, hopefully we see each other again, because I know they have a good enough football team where we could possibly meet them again.
Coach, just second week in a row, just a gritty win. Just what does it say about this team that they're able to just continue to fight and come out on top?
I'm in a press conference right now with two of my tight ends. You know what I mean? And talked about the kind of team we have, and that's what we're about. You know, I know everybody wants us to win pretty, but you know, we run heavy tight ends. We run the football. We want to get the ball to them. We want to get the ball to our receivers, and we want to play solid defense. So in times we did that. In times they did that. You know, that's a sign of two good football teams going at each other. But you know, we persevered again in the fourth quarter. We won the fourth quarter, which ultimately meant we won the football game.
Hey, Coach, Des Barnes, Pretty Girls Love Sports. What was really the second half message, or the message at halftime? Because it seems like the team really came out fiery after the half and really started to focus and lock in on plays.
Well, I mean, when it got to 18-7, I mean, I never saw panic. You know, we just kept playing. You know, obviously after we went down 18-7, offense puts a drive together, put some points on the board. So I make that comment where good teams answer. So I thought we did that, and we continue to do that. And when defense needed to make a stop, they did. Offense needed to get a first down, we did, and then we had a couple third downs on our last drive, you know, and we talked about offensively, let's win the game, and let's get a first down, you know. So we did that. You know, again, situational football is something that we strive on making sure that we're really good at, and it looks like we did that again tonight.
Andrew?
Coach Adrian with WFSU, you got the win, so the streak stays alive. Was that sort of in the back of your mind? I know that it had to be a little pressure.
Not really. In the back of my mind is if we lost this darn game, I was gonna have to go speak to the 220 club on Wednesday. So that's what was in my mind, and making sure that we had to win the football game. You know, we want to stay undefeated. Those are the things that we wanted to make sure we do. We want to protect our home. You know, and obviously we had a big time crowd out there tonight, and we you know, that's the thing for us. We don't lose it, brag. You know, and technically we say everywhere is brag. So I thought our guys did a good job, and I don't think that was in the back of their mind. I think at the end of the day, you know, our football team just wanted to win the football game, and we did.
How's it going there, Coach? So we're seeing, especially with Kobe, you know, Kobe's he's been in the game for a minute, and he came in top player coming out of junior college when he came to Florida State, and we're seeing a lot of that promise. Can you speak into like seeing what has helped him turn into that player that so many in Tallahassee knew he could be?
You talking about this guy?
Yes, sir.
No, man, he's a guy who takes his academics serious. He's a guy who takes everything. He takes his football serious. He takes his social life serious. You know, he's a guy that when he comes in every day, he's going to work. You know, those are the kind of guys that we want. Guy here to my right is the same way. You know, they come in here focused. They come in here and doing the things that we need them to do to be successful. And they never argue. You know, if it's time to block, they block. If it's time to catch the ball, they catch the ball. Great teammates, and then we also use them on special teams. So, you know, if I had about 70 to 80 guys like that, you know, we'd be really, really hard to stop. But tribute to him. You know, he's an unselfish player. He does what's asked of him, and the guy next to me does the same exact thing.
St. Clair?
Coach, make that missed field goal and the complexion of the game would have been different. Did they concerns on that in that area of special teams?
I mean, you know, Cameron Gillis is not just one of the best in the conference; he's one of the best in the country. You know, and when he misses one, you know, you have to figure out what happened. So, you know, I mean, you worry about his confidence, but he was up and ready to go. He kicked the extra point to give us a bigger advantage, and but not necessarily. Cameron's one of the best. He missed one, so okay, we need him to make the next 10 after that. So there's no issue with him.
For the players, I interviewed Coach Barry afterwards, and he said this is why players come to HBCUs. He was referring to the atmosphere today. Is that one of the reasons that you all came to Florida now?
Definitely. I mean, I never played at Bragg before, but I heard about the culture here, and I was really excited to be here. And being here, you know, it was surreal to be in that stadium with all those people cheering. So,
and coming from Florida State, I heard about Bragg, how Bragg gets on Saturdays, and my first game in Bragg in 22, I felt it for sure. It's nothing. It's like no other stadium. Like there's no mimic about Bragg. It's business in Bragg, and it's real.
Gerald?
This is a question for the players. Can y'all talk about, we talked over during training camp, and we was talking about how important the tight end position is, and I think that showed today when they needed y'all the most. How does it feel being playing as a tight end in a position that comes with a lot of pride, and you played a significant factor in helping these guys make the comeback today?
Yeah, I think it's really just comes down to being where you're supposed to be and doing what you're supposed to do. And when your number's called, you just got to make the play, and that's what we did tonight.
And we prepared all week in camp, just like when our numbers called, like Carter said, just to make a play. And like Colzie said earlier, just don't complain, and just put your head down and work. And I think that showed as a group, as a team tonight.
Any more questions for Coach or the players?
Coach, you alluded to the not losing at home. Can you talk about just being able to extend that win streak at home?
You know, I think we talk about it internally. You know, understanding the pride that you have when you come into the stadium. It's an advantage for us, right? You know, you come in, and even though as much as South Carolina State brought their band and brought their fans, you know, the advantage is for us. You know, and it's for our football team because of everything that's surrounding this football game. You know, there's a lot of pride that's in that stadium, and I'm talking about not the pride that's just on the field, but the pride that's in the stands, and the pride that's outside of the stadium. So you know, you feel that, you understand that, and most importantly, you respect that. So you know, we had Coach Hubbard down there today on the field. You know, and you get an opportunity to talk to a guy who's won a national championship. He's done a lot of great things throughout his football career, and he made mention to this was 50 years ago when he got here. You know, and so those are all things. You know, when you have the opportunity to talk to those people, talk to the alumni on a daily basis. You know, obviously the numerous texts and phone calls that I receive. You know, you want to keep that streak alive, just for the simple fact because obviously you want to win. But there's a lot into that. You know, our former players were here tonight just to make sure that the streak that they started or they continued kept going. And you know, again, I know it's going to eventually end. I just hopefully it doesn't end for the next few years because again, you know, we have an advantage when we come here and when we play here, and I think our players and our fans and everyone who supports us understands that.
So last question, Coach. It seems like right before we go on that scoring streak, the defense was kind of tired.
Yeah.
Could you speak to kind of what it took to get the defense kind of re-energized? Because after we score that touchdown, you see the energy's different. The players are dancing. I mean, once we start getting up, all the Florida kids are doing what Florida kids do.
Hold on, now wait a second. What do you mean Florida kids do? What does that mean? No, I'll say this, man. We got down 18-7, then our offense scores. You know what I mean? Good teams answer, which is what we did. And then then you just feel the energy, right? The juice. Our defense now knows that they kind of make 3 plays, which is what we did. We got a 3 and out, got the ball back, and then obviously offense goes down there and they score. So it doesn't take, it's quick for that momentum to switch, but I think it started because our offense put the drive together, gave us an opportunity to catch our breath, give us an opportunity to make the proper adjustments, and so we did it as a team. You got to give credit to Coach Henry and his staff. They did an amazing job putting us in a position to score. And we had a couple opportunities to score, and we did not. But they put a great game plan together to get everyone involved. And but ultimately, offense scored a touchdown. The juice starts going back with the stadium, with everyone surrounding. And then after that, 3 and out, then offense goes again. So and now the defense knows all they go do is make a stop, get the ball to the offense, and then heck, when there's 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter and our offense is on the field, we might as well go home because the other team's not gonna get the ball back.
Alyssa?
Alyssa with the FAMU. So this is for you, Coach Colzie. This will be presumably the last time that you'll be playing a team that is playing their first game of the season. So how much confidence do you have going in through the rest of the season, knowing that you're going to have film for Troy, going to have film for Miami, and the rest of those teams going?
Well, it does put us at an advantage, right? To see a team and see what they've done and what they're used to doing. Like obviously this upcoming week we play Miami. They would have had 1 game film that we would have a true look at, obviously with a new quarterback and a couple new systems, right? So I trust my staff that if we continue to watch our teams and watch who we play, we'll be able to put a quality game plan together like we've done the last 2 games, right? But now going in, exactly what teams are going to do in certain situations at certain times of the game. So that's the plus of being able to play once you get to game 3, game 4. So hopefully, we'll continue to work and we'll do a good job of putting game plans together, offensively, defensively, and special team wise.
Vaughn?
Coach, one of the ultimate honors paid by a football team is to wear a patch or a sticker on their uniform to commemorate someone. What went into putting, FAMU's most famous quarterback on the uniform, on the helmet? Well,
obviously when I first got the job, he was one of the first 2 or 3 people that I spoke to. And then obviously, you get a chance to go, you got to go every Wednesday and, hear how much he played or how much he didn't play or hear how many plays that he wanted to call. But, it meant a lot for us to get it, just to honor him. He's a quality young man, obviously his wife, quality woman as well. But, obviously every Wednesday going into that building, making sure that we commemorated him for everything he's done for Florida A&M, not just athletics, but just throughout the university and everything he's done for us on campus.
Okay, last question for Gerald.
Coach, just to kind of put a bow in it, and players, y'all can chime in on it too. Now that you got 2 games down, maybe growing points, and what are some things that y'all may look to improve as y'all get ready for game 3 next week?
Y'all got those. Go ahead. I'll go last.
I got it. I think just discipline. That's just the main thing as an offense. We started off a little slow, and I just think that came with discipline and knowing what to do early on, so we could not be a one-half team, to be a complete team. I just think that's going to be a big focus for us going into next week, just to be more disciplined and trust ourselves. I think that'll be good for us.
Like what Kobe said, playing with discipline. We got to start fast, so got to come out on Tuesday ready to work.
It's the same thing. I think for us, as far as starting fast, that means executing early, obviously, right? And you got offenses and defenses that you typically have what you want to call, those first 5-10 plays, and you call those plays because you really, really feel that they're going to work. That's why you sit down all week and come up with those plays and come up with that game script. So, just with that going on, and then we run those plays on both sides of the football. So, it's just those little things at times, right? It's those little things that, separate whether that play will break or that play will not break. So we'll continue to work on our little things. We continue to work on our details. Tomorrow night we'll work on our corrections. We'll go through our special teams. Monday we'll be off. And then Tuesday we'll get ready to go back to work. We know we got a big week ahead of us, and but we'll correct tomorrow and then move forward the rest of the week.